Hello. Hopefully I'm live. How's everybody doing today? On this fine Wednesday afternoon. Let's take a minute here and let the stream settle. All right. Well, today I want to cover a lot of what we went over last night, but maybe in a more streamlined format. Last night we were working with ComfyUI and AnimateDiff-Evolved, and we were going through various workflows we found on the Bandoko Discord. One of which was the video to QR to video process, and very similar to the process that I have been using. But I ended up going back to my own workflow just because I just better able to. I don't really need to generate the QR code videos. Basically, I can just make those in Blender and such. But I mean, so can you, and we can work on that today. But today I want to go through that workflow, the QR code workflow, and I also want to go through the the workflow for taking a video that already exists of, let's say, somebody dancing, and running it through OpenPose preprocessor to grab the frames of the dancer in OpenPose format, and then use that OpenPose control net base to make the subject of the resulting video do what the person did in the video. So, yeah, we'll get started with QR code stuff that I've been doing with Mixamo animations, and then we'll move on to OpenPose. Well, let's get into it. My workflow's gone through some changes since yesterday. I discovered get and set nodes, and they make my brain a lot less tickly when I look at this now, because we're able to set things into variables and then get them from the variable space, which means I don't have to have any cables running from section to section. Yeah, because the Comfy workflow is somewhat non-linear, like the signal path isn't non-linear, but the way you can arrange everything is. So the fact that they're all going to variables and coming into the right spots means that we can move any of these anywhere for better vision or better usage, whatever. And if you want this workflow, I will drop it in my Discord during the stream, so you can go grab it in the resources channel. The link to my Discord is on Purz.xyz, which is linked in the bio below, or in the description below. And yeah, hop in and you can get these and the mask packs that I've been using. The mask packs I made in Blender I've been using for base animations. You can grab those too. And if you like these videos and you want to support what I'm up to, I have a Patreon as well, patreon.com/Purz. Subscribers get access to a special category on my Discord with supporters channel and supporters hangout group. So if you have questions and stuff and you want priority access to have me answer them, that's probably the way to go. And if you just want to support me, that's fantastic too. Really appreciate it, and I can't wait to get more stuff. I will be building out a higher tier with more fun rewards and stuff. I just don't know what those rewards are yet, but we'll figure it out together. We'll find out what you guys want and make it happen. All right. All the ad stuff out of the way. Let's have fun. All right, we got our... Just to go through this real quick. Oh, and also, if you don't have ComfyUI installed, you want to install it and follow along with me, just in the description below, there's a link to a video with the whole setup process for setting up ComfyUI, AnimateDiff, and Comfy Manager, which are the building blocks you'll need to build this workflow out. So if you haven't done any of that and you want to follow along, go do that and then come back to this video later when you have everything installed and you know what it does, and then you can get into these workflows. But jumping from, just installing ComfyUI to doing this stuff is, probably a few days of messing around with ComfyUI before it's all makes sense and it's comfortable. So remember, you don't need to start with AnimateDiff and all this crazy stuff. You can start with just a simple image generator and learn how the workflow works in Comfy. And that's where we all started. I don't think anybody jumped out the door doing AnimateDiff, first. So if it doesn't make sense, if all this is confusing, don't sweat it. It will be less confusing after you use the program for like a day or two. And then it'll stay confusing, but at least you'll know what to change to make things work. Just to go through this workflow, load our checkpoint in our VAE, we send it through clip skip, and then we have our positive and negative prompts, and that shoots out to the AnimateDiff loader where we're loading our AnimateDiff LoRa, or our AnimateDiff motion model, and we have the option for motion LoRas. Those are the pan down, pan left, pan right, pan up, rolling and zoom functions. We determine the size of our latent space for the animation. And then we go into ControlNet. We dissect the video we're doing. If we need to, we'll run it through a preprocessor. We're not doing that here, but I'll build out the OpenPose thing later. You can see how that works. Then we set our seed. We send everything through ControlNet. In this case, I'm using one ControlNet, but you can stack multiple ControlNets if you want. And then we go through our first run for the sampler. It does all the vid's business, and then it spits out a AnimateDiff animation. And then we interpolate it and grab several formats of it. We get a 12 frame per second GIF, 12 frame per second MP4, 24 frame per second MP4, and a film interpolated 24 frame per second MP4 that is half the speed, but the same smooth motion as a regular 24 frame per second GIF. And if you set your quality on these to like 99, you'll save a lot of space. Okay, so that's all that. That's all that. We have our walking animation that I made earlier. Made this on stream last night. There's this one, which is just one woman walking in a silhouette. And we're using that to do animations. And I made one this morning that has 4 bodies, all walking in different directions. So it makes for pretty cool videos too. And they loop too, which is cool. All right, so we'll go back to the one with just the one person walking because it's smaller and will render faster. We place the folder into the load images thing, and we tell it it's 133 frames because it is 133 frames. If we want to do short animations to test what it looks like without having to do all 133 frames, I happen to know that the walk cycle is 33 frames long, so just type in 33 frames and it'll generate a 33 frame animation that will loop. At least the motion will. Actually, maybe it is. Yeah, I don't know. Math is hard. Okay, maybe it's not 33. Might not be 33. It might be close to that though. So for the clip, the positive prompt, I have ocean sunset, waves washing on sun-kissed shores. I think I got that from the other workflow I was testing this with. And let's just change this back to 512 by 512 for brevity. And we hit Q prompt and it's going to work its way through the... There we go. We've previewed we've got our input. Yeah, it looks like it loops. And it's gone through all the stuff, gave a seed, went through ControlNet, and now it is about a minute and a half for that. See if I want a house. Oh. Maybe next time. Awesome. So we've taken our ControlNet animation and superimposed it onto this AI generated animation. And because we got the temporal motion, everything moves like it's supposed to, and water waters. It's very cool. There we go. And now it's doing the interpolated version. There I go yawning again every time I go on stream. There. So this is the 12 frame per second version, the 24 frame per second version, and this is the 24 frame per second version that has been, sort of slowed down half. So interpolated 2 times. So the motion of the water is pretty much real time. Beautiful. So if you have an animated logo, if you have animated anything, you can use this process to make anything. It's very cool. And right now it's just saving the PNG history. Do you have a program or a way to use the metadata of the PNG images to organize or confront multiple images to see what parameters have changed between cues? I don't think so. Might be possible to do that with Cushy. Cushy just came out. But I don't know how you would even start to do something like that. But if you look up Cushy, ComfyUI, Cushy Studio, they've started building this sort of like front end. Oops, sorry, I linked it twice. This sort of front end thing for Comfy where you can make like action scripted workflows. So it might be possible to make some kind of like EXIF info diff system with this. but I wouldn't know where to start on that one. How do you work when you try to change multiple parameters? You learn what they do over time, and you really only try to change one thing at a time if you're trying to figure out what it does. The second you've changed two things and then you run a new one, you don't know which one's affecting it more than the other one. So best thing to do with AnimateDiff, in my opinion, is to do very short animations until you get exactly what you want, and then do the long run, maybe even with the same seed or whatever. If you leave this seed system, in fixed mode, then you have to actually update the seed manually every run, and what that'll do is make sure that you can do that same run again. So if I leave it on fixed or increment, so I just know it's going up by 1 every time. If I liked one, I can just go back to it by just typing in that same seed and running it again, but like making the batch size longer or whatever. Another thing I wanted to do is try to build out this upscaling thing just a little bit. Okay, if you're having trouble loading the workflow, it might be because you're missing certain elements. Are some of the nodes red? Is that the problem? Or it just won't load at all? So if you go load and you go to the workflow.json, it doesn't work. You may need to update ComfyUI. I use ComfyUI Manager. Highly recommend that. It'll let you update all of the add-ons and Comfy, and it'll let you access the add-on. So I maybe install that first, make sure Comfy's up to date, and then try it again. It should work. Let's find out. Let's see if Discord's back. There we are. Okay. Let's go save this one real quick. Resources. The YouTube control.net AnimateDiff.json. Load. Downloads. Yeah, it works. Yeah, I would imagine there might be something broken with your Comfy. I would definitely try and get that manager installed, update Comfy, update all the add-ons, and then when it loads up, if it loads up and then fails, you can just install missing custom nodes and it'll fix anything like that. Oh, that image is not a workflow. That's why. I know that some people do store their workflows in PNG files. I don't. That's just an image of a workflow. That would explain why it doesn't load at all. Yeah, I was just showing how the workflow works. I don't know if I even have that one anymore. Yeah, I can see why that's confusing, because a lot of the workflows you can just download the PNG. My friend Make It Rad showed me how to actually embed that stuff. So yeah, I should try that for the next one so you can see at a glance what it is, and it'll still load into. There's like a node for that fixes that. Okay. Well, I like the way this looks, and what did I want to do though? I wanted to look at something I saw. I'm going to copy a workflow I saw for upscaling and see if it's better than mine. Probably is. It seems to be gone. All right, well, I guess the idea I had was I just wanted to... I'll play with it later. Basically, I think my upscaling process here is too long for not enough benefit. This is why it's unplugged right now. But yeah, I'll work on that later. All right, let's go back to this and let's try generative art, graffiti, spray paint on concrete. Let's see what that looks like with a person walking in it. Now we know that walk cycle is 33, so maybe we do 66 frames and we get 2 walk cycles. Will it loop? That looks pretty loopy. Loopulent. Upscaled our latent and then right into the sampler, but there might be... What if we do like a simpler upscale and use the upscale model loader and then upscale. And maybe this workflow, yeah, I'll put this one on the Discord just as soon as I finish messing with this upscale thing. So for right now, I just want to do a simple upscale. I don't want to use the latent space. We'll do that later. So we get our latent and we're upscaling it into here. We're decoding the image into this upscaler. So this is just a dirty upscaler with no, that's confusing. All right, cool. So that should just create an upscaled version. So upscaled, output path will be upscale. And okay, so that's just gonna upscale it by, let's go by 2. Upscale model. So we're passing our model. Yeah, I know this is confusing because of the wires. So we're loading our upscale model into the upscale image. And then we're sending that upscaled image out to image save. We're getting that upscaled image from the old one. We're decoding the latent and upscaling it 2 times. I think that's right. We'll try it on the next run. For this workflow, you do have to do one annoying thing, which is install what is it called? Come on, brain. Get set.js. Let me get the link. It's on the Discord, the Bandoko Discord. Comfy workflows. There it is. I'll find it. Here it is. Okay, this file, you need to put the file that I'm about to link in that location. So you need to go into your extensions folder, make this diffuse folder, and add setget.js from here. Yep, go to site. You want to just click on that and click download. Download the file, put it in your Comfy folder. Comfy, and it goes in Comfy web extensions diffuse, and you just drop that file in there, and then restart Comfy, and it will give you these get and set nodes, which you need to use this workflow that I built. Ooh, look at that! Kind of lost the person, but it looks cool. And again, these control net settings, you can tweak them here. If you go like super high with these, it'll really try to impose that the whatever's white in your mask footage. In this case, the person. So if I'm right, this run should be like very much just, the person walking with stuff around them. Right now, it's sort of mixed in with the prompt a little more because it's at 75%, and we're letting a bit of the threshold off on the front and the end. But I just removed all that and set it to 0.001 or 0.1 for start and end percent, and the strength at 0.9. So this next one, after it's done doing the image save for the interpolated version, which will be a little while, 66, so 130 math, 130 some odd frames. We're on frame 76. If Comfy's ever just sitting there and you don't know what it's doing, or you're worried it might be crashed, just open up the terminal window and it should tell you what it's up to. In this case, saving the PNG files, it just takes a while because the compression's set to 99. So it's going in and compressing the file every time. And that takes a little time. But the resulting PNG files are much smaller, even if they've only been compressed a little bit, than just raw PNG. If you have miles and miles of hard drive space and you don't care, and you have more hard drive space than time, you can set the quality to 100 and they actually save a lot faster. All right, so this should almost be done. And then once this process is going, I'll save this workflow and drop it on the Discord. I do just kind of want to make sure that this upscaler does what it's supposed to before I put the workflow on my Discord, but I'll drop it as soon as I know, which will be after this run. Hey, lots of new people on the Discord today. Welcome. Glad to see you there. As always, drop your stuff in AI animation, and you got questions, drop them there. We'll chat it up there. I have to add a rules section for my Discord, but I'm trying to keep this pretty family friendly, so please don't update any or don't post any NSFW stuff on my Discord. It's just not the place for it. There's plenty of places for that kind of stuff. I will make a rule about it so nobody's going to get banned or anything right away, but definitely going forward, I don't want any of that on the server, just in case people under the age of 13 join and they're interested in this stuff, you know? Keep it open to everybody. I do my best not to swear in my streams, but I am from Northern Canada, so it comes out every now and then. I try. Busy. I need to make a little scrolling ticker for the bottom of my screen here. I feel like I'm wasting real estate down here. Is there an OBS ticker? Must be something. Scrolling text thing. Okay, so about 15 seconds, 8 seconds towards the end, and we'll see what it looks like in the thing. So again, this one, the control net is very high, very strong. 90% strength and just no threshold at all. Just absolute black and white. So hopefully we'll get really, yeah, you can see the person is extremely noticeable because of the high strength. That looks really cool. Oh, you know what? I think I forgot. Oh no, this is all plugged in. Maybe it goes after. I don't know where this is in the point of the in the chain anymore. Hopefully it's right after film interpolation. Might be smart to just upscale the interpolated footage, actually. Could just do that with Topaz too. Save. What are you? Don't need the checkpoint. Do need the VAE. Need the control net. And we got our latent first run. I think this is gonna run last. I hope so. So I'm noticing here, it seems like the motion of the person is too slow compared to the motion of the stuff around them. I wonder if you sped up your input animation twice, if it would be the same speed as the motion of the stuff around it. Because right now it looks like the person's walking in slow motion and the stuff around them kind of isn't. So maybe maybe if I go into Blender and double up the speed of that walking animation, we'll get better results here. It's hard to say. You can try it. I can, yeah, well, you know what? I can do that by, I'll just grab a new animation and do the workflow, and you guys can see how you would take something into Blender, make an animation out of it, and then use that animation to drive the control net. Well, I've already, I mean, you have to open them to do anything with them, and I've color-coded them to what they are. I was just checking to see exactly what they are, because I haven't done the upscaler functionality in a while. So I know the purples are latents, and the reds are VAEs, and the yellows are clips. So, I got a pretty good idea of what they are. The thing is, even if you rename them to that, you've only got a tiny bit of space on the small things. It's not really worth it. Plus, you can't really interact with them when they're closed unless they have stuff sticking out of them, and even then, not really. So you got to open them up to do anything with them anyway. But it's cool. All that stuff's labeled inside the, you can label the variables so at least you don't go crazy when you're plugging stuff in. Okay, and what do we got? Did I plug this into upscale? Yep. Okay, it's upscaling. So we're upscaling our input footage from the first one. So I would still have to interpolate it if I want. But we could upscale footage and then interpolate that with film right in Comfy. That's kind of cool. So my next thing I need to do is figure out how to make a switch so that I can just say, turn the upscaler on and off, and it'll just bypass it if it's off and run it if it's open. And I'm pretty sure there's something for that. I just forget what. I think it would be the latent input switch. And then we would feed it latent A if it's on and nothing if it's not on. And then have the switch here. Maybe like this, I think. Yeah. 0 would be on, 1 would be off. So 1 would be on, 0 would be off. I have to try that on the next run. I feel like there's got to be a prettier way to do that. Because the VAE has nothing to decode, it's not going to run, right? And I don't think we want to be upscaling using this every single time. It looks very slow. Cables, that's in, if you go to the settings, this little gear in the Q box, and then down here under link render mode, we got straight, linear, spline, and hidden. Spline is how it starts with the curly brackets, or curly ones. Linear is like literal straight lines from place to place, and straight does these sort of hard cut lines. If you don't see that, you just have to update Comfy, and you can do that with the ComfyUI manager. Update ComfyUI. I believe it used to be in like a text file, settings file, but they've added it to the menu. So I might have picked a bad upscale model for this. It seems like a really slow one. Yeah, me too. Been suffering with curly cables for ages. I don't mind the curly cables, but I really, really like the way the straight ones look. I gotta stop yawning. This coffee's not working at all. I know, it's so little. Interesting. It wanted 13 gigabytes of VRAM to upscale, and apparently that was just unacceptable. So you know what? For now, let's just turn you off. I'm going to remove this Boolean logic, and I'm going to disconnect this upscale latent from the decoder, and that should leave it off for now. So if you want to enable it, you can play with it yourself. Just connect this latent to the samples, and it'll reconnect this one. But for now, I am going to save this workflow as YouTube Comfy, or as AnimateDiff-Evolved with QR code controlnet, and I'm going to drop it on my Discord so you can just grab it and plug it in and play along. But remember that you will need those get set nodes in the chat history up there for it to work. And I don't think you can get them through Comfy Manager, but I might be wrong about that. If you just go to the replace all missing nodes button, it might work, but probably won't. Okay, where's my Discord? Discord, resources, downloads. Here we are. Yeah, so now the workflow that I'm working on right now is available on my Discord if you want to just grab it and try it out. Again, you will need those get set nodes. Drop that there, and the link is, yep, this. Drop that in there as well. Yeah. All right. If you want to load a video instead of an image sequence, you just connect these nodes instead of this node. So you connect the load video node and then open up your thing. Mine are just image sequences to begin with, so it's easy to use the image sequence loader. All right, let's start fresh. We're gonna go to Mixamo, and let's get some kind of animation that isn't walking, maybe. Or maybe drunk walking? Have any drunk stuff? Drunk walk. Ooh. That one might be cool. I like how that character slides around a bit. So if you click that little in place button on any of these Mixamo animations, you can otherwise they'll walk off into the distance. If you put in place, they'll kind of stay. Drunk run forward. Maybe this would be funnier. Yeah, drunk run is hilarious. Okay. This is perfect. So we have we want to download this animation as a FBX file and then load it into Blender and make a threshold out of it. So I'll just do all that from scratch so you can see what the process is like. We're doing 24 frame per second animations, so I'm gonna do the animation at 24 frames per second. FBX is fine, with skin is good. Keyframe reduction, you don't need to do that. So download, let it download the FBX. It takes a second to prepare. I'll get Blender loading up in the meantime. Just launch Blender however you like, and there it is, drunkrunforward.fbx. So we need to import that file into Blender once it's up. Okay. Delete the default cube. Open, not open. Import. FBX and downloads and drunk run forward. Here's our person. They're doing their thing. How long is this run? 45 frame animation. So we set our end to 45 and we should have a perfect loop. Yep. So we know our run animation is 45 frames. So we flip over to the graph editor because we're going to want more than 45 frames, right? So we click this little only show selected button, and it's going to get rid of all the stuff so we can see all of the animation the Mixamo's given us. Now, all we want to do is Control C, go to the 45th frame, Control V, 90th frame, Control V. We're just copying and pasting this animation data a few times until we have a longer animation. So our animation is now 178 frames. So let's go back to our timeline, change the end to 178, and then hit play. And we should have a drunk running animation that's 178 frames long. And we just remember we have a 45 frame walk cycle, so we can do 45 frame animations and they'll loop. All right, how do I make them white so that they'll work as ControlNet? Because right now they've got materials on them and lighting and stuff. A couple ways to do this. We can use Workbench. In Workbench, we go to flat mode, we go to object, we turn off the shadow and the cavity and the outline, and then we have everything we need. And then we go up here and we change it to the viewport, and we change the viewport to black, and we change the, we change it to single, and we make sure it is white. So it starts like kind of gray. You want to make sure it's white. So you click on the color, crank that up. So now we have our white on black running ControlNet person, and we can just render this animation. We just set up a camera, point it at the area we want to render. We can go 1024 by 1024, and let's make sure the camera is somewhat centered. So we'll put it on 0 everything, and then we'll move it out. Yes. -4, move it up a bit. Just get it centered somewhat in the frame. That's probably good. And for our camera, I'm going to use an orthographic camera, and I'm going to zoom it in so that I basically want the runner to pretty much fill the entire thing with some room around. So that's looking pretty good. And then you can use the Z-axis or the Y-axis to kind of center them a bit. But I think that's good. That's looking good. And if you want, you can rotate the person. You can do whatever you want because it's in 3D. So if you want them running like a different way, yep, that works too. This is better though because it's actually generated. It's not you always get a better result from going straight from 3D source if you have the means, because you get the actual lines versus processing something where you sort of get the lines. I mean, it'll work. We're going to go through some open pose processing and some other types of pre-processing in a bit to show how that works as well. There's also a suite of tools for Blender by Toy XYZ that allow you to generate ControlNet frames from stuff that you've got in Blender already. So lots of ways to pull out ControlNet data. All right, so this works. This is fine. Let's make output is drunk runner. We want a PNG sequence and a render animation. What did I do wrong? Render engine is Workbench. Oh, flat. We have to redo all of our settings here in the render settings. So it was flat, single, none of this stuff. And I think if we hit F12, no, we need to change our background as well. Where's that in the world? There we go. Is that right? Yeah. And then the color seems a little gray. Workbench, flat, single. Here all the way up. Oh, I bet I know why. If we go into our settings, I bet you we are in filmic mode. We don't want to be in filmic mode. In color management, we want to be in standard mode. That should give us a white. Yes, there we go. Okay, that'll work now. Render animation. Yeah. We got our drunk runner. We have our animation. So now we can go back into ComfyUI and replace our person walking comfortably with our person running drunkily. Select the folder, paste it into here, and our run cycle was 45 frames. So we'll set that to 45 and we'll do a 1 run cycle. Bum, 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 bum. That's good. That's good. That's good. And then what should the drunk person be running through? I think fireworks, explosions, smoke, flames, sparks, and yeah, that's good. And sparks. So let's have them drunk running through Michael Bay movie. All right. I think that's everything. And because we've disconnected we've disconnected the VAE decode and the upscaler. So that should, see how it's red? And we've now bypassed this upscaler function because we don't really need it yet. All right, we got our drunk running sequence looking good. Oh, my control net settings are still very high, so we're going to get a lot of the runner in this. 2 minutes for 45 frame animation. That's not too bad. Oh, hey, Nico. Right on. Yeah, I don't even want to call it a transition because I still use automatic 1111 for all kinds of stuff. It's just like for AnimateDiff specifically, I just really Comfy's got much better workflow for me. But yeah, like if I just want to generate some images or do or use the forum or any other things that automatic 1111 is great at, I'll just use automatic 1111 because you don't always need Comfy nodes. But that being said, ComfyUI can do everything automatic 1111 can do pretty much, and with more versatility, more modularity, and more style. Oh, that's cool. I really like that. Loops really well. Loops really well. I kind of want to try this with lush field of flowers, blooming, blossoming, budding, growing. I think that'll be cool too. Cue that up. Should be 90 frames, I think. The more I think about it, I don't think I need to be saving PNG sequences of the film interpolated stuff. It saves some time. Because I have the original frames, so I can always just interpolate them in Topaz later. Oh, hey, Matisse. Yeah, this one came out awesome. Eliminate connections. If you scroll up a bit, it's the get set nodes that I pasted in here. The workflow and the get set link to my get set node, or the get set nodes, is in my Discord in the resources folder or in the resources channel. You can download this workflow and that stuff, and yeah. Oh, it's in the manager. That's awesome. Yeah, I love it because basically, you can set and get variables instead of having to run the cables across the length of the thing. So you open up the get node, it lets you pick whatever variable you set. And then if you open up a set node, you just name it something new, it creates a new variable. Easy peasy. You can get and set from anywhere in the same workflow. So yeah, we're just getting stuff and setting it and pulling it in where we need it. And the other nice thing is if I need to rewire the way this works or something, instead of having to plug the image into the control net thing, which, it's beside it right now, but later on it could be, way over here or something. I don't have to drag a cable from here all the way over there. I just set it here and then pull it back in over here. Get my image out here. Easy peasy. Makes the workflow a lot easier to read. Okay, well, that's what just have to get a coffee IV. I'll get it. Drip coffee. That's cool. It kind of was hoping it would put the person into the flowers more, but I think we could do that with a little less. Try that. Wait, no. What the? You're not even connected anymore. Why are you working? That's weird. Maybe I disconnected it after I ran this run. I think that's probably what happened. All right. We got our drunk runner. Got them running through the field. I kind of want to run this one again with less influence and see what it looks like. So let's do that because I want to. And this stream is all about me. After this one, I'm going to grab a video off Pexels and show you how to extract the OpenPose data and then use that to inform the animation of the person in the frame. And hopefully we'll be able to make someone dance. Hopefully. And I think that person's going to be Zangief. Oh, yeah, the link to the Discord is just on my website, purz.xyz. It's right at the top. There's a link in the bio below in the link in the description below to my website, and the Discord link's right at the top there. You ever get one little part from one song stuck in your head? Maybe it'll go away if I listen to it, but probably not. Well, let's try it anyway. If you're curious what song is running through my head, it is what's it called? Boom, 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 boom. Yeah, that little number there has been in my head for about a week now. Warning, it's extremely catchy. Yeah, see how the person's way less like insistent now in the frame? It's almost like the echo of them, or like they're a ghost. That's because I've set the strength to 65 and we've increased and decreased the edges of the threshold. So like I said, you really mess with the strength and mess with the threshold to get different results from your control nets. You need to do a lot of testing with this stuff. All right, let's go to Pexels and grab a video. Let's get somebody dancing. We want to try to find something where the whole body's in the shot. We also want to find one where they don't turn around, because open pose is in control net, whatever, in general, doesn't know what direction someone's facing most of the time. So when they turn around, like their head will pop up where their body or on the back of their head and stuff, their face. It's creepy. There's full body shot. I'm pretty sure that's the one I used before. Maybe not. Let's try this one. I think this will work. We only need the 1280 by 720 version. We're just going to pull it into Resolve, do some video editing on it. We don't need the entire frame. We just need the small one. Yeah, that tune's been in my head hard. Downloads. Grab this. There we go. Sure, let's change the frame rate. So it's wide. We don't need it wide. So let's make the project 720 by 1280. And then we're going to zoom in. So we're filling up the space and move it up a bit so we got the bottom. And if we do this right, we can capture the whole person in the frame the whole time. We slide it over just a bit. Maybe they move around too much for that. Okay, well, here's the nice part about open pose, because we actually only need the body. It doesn't actually matter if the whole thing is if the third, sorry, my brain's farting here. If we don't have we just need the person. The rest of the image is going to be black anyway, so it doesn't matter if our video's not filling the whole frame, because all we need to make sure is that the person we're trying to track is in the frame the whole time. And ideally as big as possible. So what I might actually do is just track them. So we got 3 here. Let's get it somewhat thing. And then what I'm going to do is just follow them. So once they start to move over a bit, there. So we'll start here and we'll set a keyframe on the position. We'll go over to where she's out of frame and just slide that over there. Try and keep her in frame. Same deal there. Add another keyframe. Wait till we're back in position. You get used to this kind of stuff when you start doing video editing more, but basically just trying to keep her in frame. Where's my... So probably by here, I think. We just want to slide her over a little bit, so back towards the center. But that should do it. And try and keep her in frame the whole time. Lost a foot, but I think it'll be okay. Yeah. All right. Deliver. We'll do a vacant lot dancer. All right. We've got our thingy. And now, so we want to pre-process our open pose. Yeah, use whatever editor you like. I used to use Premiere all the time, but whatever you like. Okay, let's expand this control net thing a bit. Give ourselves some room to work. All right, So right now I've already got my math calculated, so I don't need to process it. But if I do want to process it, I need a preprocessor. So we're going to use an OpenPose preprocessor. Skadoosh. We got our OpenPose recognition. I've made it a video, so I'm gonna use the video. I'm gonna plug my frame count into my frame count. There we go. And this, I actually need to go from here. Yeah. And we want to go out to here. So hopefully this makes sense. We are taking our video, we're running it through OpenPose, and we're going to preview it, and we're also going to send it out to ControlNet. This is our ControlNet images. We're taking our video, we're running it through OpenPose, we're generating an OpenPose image set. We're going to use that OpenPose image set to do the rest of it. We're going to put no frame load cap. We're just going to let it load all the frames it needs. And we're going to select the video that we just made, which is now in my videos folder under Vacant Lot Dancer, I believe. Frame rate's actually 25 frames per second. I don't think it matters, but whatever. One other thing you can do is, so OpenPose calculation takes a little while. So if we're going to make more than one animation with this set, well, I'm going to preview it the first time, but I'm also going to save it as a PNG sequence, and then we'll have it, and then we can skip the preprocessor next time we run it. We can just plug the image sequence directly into the thing. So just copy this structure from my other image sequences, and we'll call it OpenPose. So now we're saving an OpenPose image set of our whatever we make here. So then we're going to use, instead of QR code monster, we're going to use OpenPose, and we're going to maybe increase the value a bit. Let's get this back down to like 0.05 and like 0.95. Yeah. And let's change the height to 768 by 512 to make it like, you know, it's all. And we'll say it was really fun to make cops dance, so let's do Miami Vice police officer dancing on the beach, detective, what else is funny? Yeah, that's good. Let's try that. Miami Vice police officer dancing on the beach, detective. It should be morphing between all those things. I know this is kind of confusing while I work it out, but, you know, it's the way it is. So OpenPose comes out to there. Yeah, let's try this. Oh, okay. It really wants it to be 24 frames per second. Yo, screw it. I think it's loading. Oh. I see what I did wrong. Does anyone else see what I did wrong? Let's disable the forced size. Hopefully that will load them in at the right. Oh, is it gonna fail? Does it want to do the entire thing before it crashes? Okay, here's one thing you can do. Save your workflow. You probably don't even have to do this, but if you got something you can't interrupt, you can't cancel, you can just kill Comfy and start it again. When it comes back up, don't use the new window that it makes, but go back to this window and just hit Q prompt again. So it'll, when it's done loading up, it'll probably open up. We don't need this window because we're already running it. So let's queue this again. Yeah, it's just a quick way to kill and restart Comfy if you don't want to wait for a process to finish before it'll cancel. Because the way the queue works in Comfy and Automatic is it will stop the thing you're doing when you hit the stop button, but it won't do it until it's done whatever step it's working on. Most of the time, if you're diffusing, it'll just stop at the next step in the diffusion process. But something like OpenPose, it's going to go through the entire preprocessor sequence before it stops. So we probably just saved like 2 minutes by just killing Comfy and restarting it. Go away, Steam. Nobody likes you. There you are. So after we've generated this OpenPose stuff, it'll be saved. So then we can just load that OpenPose image sequence in next time we make an animation, and we don't have to do this. So we really don't have to do this OpenPose recognition once. And also, like I said, there's a plugin for Blender for doing this stuff as well, by Toy XYZ, and you can use that to you can use that to do it again instead of regenerating it every single time. Doo-boo-doo-boo. Boo-boo-boo-boo. All right, well, this does the open pose. I'm going to get up and stretch my legs. Suggest you do the same, but I'm not your mom. If you don't want to get up, don't get up. But yeah, I'll be back in 5 minutes. $12 minutes to render this. That's not too bad. I'm curious what it'll look like because this open pose animation is actually pretty cool. So many folders. My poor computer. Too many files. I need to clean this folder up. It's getting nauseating. But I don't see the... Oh, maybe that's it. Nope, that's not it. I should have never gone in that folder. I mean, I just made it. I got some real scary stuff in here. The, oh yeah, I dump this stuff off to my NAS all the time. Hotshot is hilarious. I don't know if you guys have played with Hotshot much yet, but it is absolutely mental. But I'm just looking for that control net sequence we just made. But Windows is just dying right now. If there's some kind of threshold, I've hit it. I don't know where. I mean, it should be saved. Is it not in an open pose folder? Guess not. I don't know where it saved it to. Yeah, we need to clean this up. This is brutal. Oh. Hey. Hello. Awesome. Yeah, I mean, we just motion captured that from a video, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, I think I need to put everything, I just gotta let it sit and hang for a while and do all of its business because I basically just want to make a folder and dump everything in it for now so that we can at least see our previews whilst working. Maybe it'll take more than 12 minutes like it thought. 16 minutes isn't bad though. 15 minutes. All right. Blender. Okay, you know what I think I might install Toy XYZ in Blender. Let's see, control net. And let's have a look at it and see what it is. Toy XYZ. Just trying to find I think it's on Gumroad. Yes, Pixiv. Blender, control net, sequence to image. Character bones that look like open pose for Blender. Oh, that's cool. Oh, I just realized I'm not sharing my screen. Okay. This is very interesting. So that means any rig, any model, anything you get in Blender, you can load this up and it'll replace it with the bone structure that looks like open pose so that the open pose processor will just understand it as open pose intrinsically. And then you can just generate stuff making your own fluid animations if you want. That's very cool. Very cool. I don't actually need that because I don't have any models handy, but I know some 3D artists that have a lot of animations. They can mine for this stuff. Okay, so we have our thing. So we no longer need to do the recognition. And we're actually going to use this. And AI Comfy output control. Isn't it? No, it was open pose. I think that's the folder. Yeah. And the image load cap is, let's do 48 frames, see if it looks good. Start index at 0, integer into the frame count, and image into the image thingy. Image into the preview image, and we'll just save this over here for when we need to do you go there, you go there. And we'll kind of just leave, maybe we'll leave that, and we'll leave depth. Midas as well. Well, no, we'll do the Midas with the loader because it's better. Basically make a little pre-processing gallery here. Midas depth, open pose. Trying to think of what else I'll be using. Oh, actually, maybe the all-in-one's the way to go. Oh no, this one's like not got enough options. Preprocessor. It'd be good to have segments, I think. Line art. What else? Canny? Yes. It'd be really cool because like all they really have to do is in the LoRa, I don't know my thing here. In this drop down, they just have to add a option to have thumbnails or whatever on the side. That would be enough. All right. So we got open pose, depth, kinds of depth, canny, line art, segments, and yeah, head. We get the edge detection. I think pretty much all you would need. And then maybe we make you tall. You over here. Now we can reroute processing. Spit it out into a folder. Yes. Snap to. Oh, it's on. All right. Open pose, head, canny, line art, segments, depth, and open pose. I think that's pretty much all the ones I would need. Well, I don't think any of that stuff actually loads until you route through it, so that's nice at least. Yeah, right. Bounty. Let's put out a code bounty for that. Oh yeah, GPU is starting to wiggle a bit. Oh no! Oh no! My least favorite thing the Comfy does happened. Okay. Okay. Why are you in this one? That makes no sense. And I got our big ridiculous open pose, or sorry, our big ridiculous control net thing now. Actually, yeah. Yeah. Let's do that. Boop. Boop, 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 boop. That's better. Then we can just reroute. We're here if we want anything else. Okay, so all this stuff happens at the beginning, then it goes into the control net, to the first run, to the outputs, to the interpolation. I think it just makes more sense as a line. And then we load the loaders here, basically at the same time. Yes. Yes. And I put that right on top of my stuff. Oh, I'm killing it tonight. Right. We got this. Clean, 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 clean. And then this awful upscaler. That needs love. Okay. We start with our checkpoint and our animate diff. We do our control net stuff up here. We feed that into our prompt. We feed our seed and our size and all that into control net. Control net does the run. Then control net, after control net, we do our sampler, decodes it into the outputs and the interpolation. That makes a hell of a lot more sense. And then the upscaler, I will fix that later. I don't. Bleh. I'll repost this workflow when I'm done tonight so that, you know, you're not stuck with the last version there on my Discord. But let's wait till we're done because I might do a bunch more stuff to it. I mean, you can just rearrange these groups however you like, but it helps my brain to see it all in a line like that. All right. What did Matisse send me? Character. Oh, same thing. Yeah, nice. Yeah, you know, I'm gonna grab that for sure. I just don't have any thingies for it right now. No. Animated models and stuff. Welcome, welcome, welcome. 5 people have joined the Discord on this stream. 6 people. 7. Jeez. Welcome. Pardon me. I'm really excited to see what this one does. We kind of went in blind with it. I like the animation. I think it's fun. Oh, it's a bookmark. Oh, thanks. Oh yeah, no, for sure. That's an interesting question because when I had a 3070 and I only had 8 gigs of VRAM, I found Comfy was a lot faster. Now I think they're about the same speed for single generations, my 3090. But for SDXL was way faster in ComfyUI than Automatic 1111 on my 3070. That might have been me, might have been misconfigured Automatic 1111, not doing it right, using the wrong, you know, collection of things. But yeah. Oh, yeah. Somebody asked about the film node. I don't know what node pack the film node's from. Pardon me. Let me check. Pardon me. VFI. Ah, there it is. If you guys want to try out the film and Rife stuff in Comfy, that's the plugin for it. Oh, we're decoding. Now I'm wondering for OpenPose if we wanted okay, that's kind of amazing. Look at him go. Yeah, well, I think it's safe to say OpenPose works pretty well. Yeah, I think for OpenPose I should just absolutely crank the control net. Yeah. There's no reason to not. And I'm gonna literally like 0, 1. Yeah, there we go. And then okay, so we got that going there. And then I've done all the work here, but basically I've replaced what we did with the open pose with the images we generated. So now it's just going to load the open pose thing, and we're only going to load 48 of the images, and then we're going to run the animation and see what happens. So this should be a lot shorter of a generation time. I think it's still saving frames though. DW? What's DW? I wonder how many frames this animation is. Oh, cool. I haven't seen that one. DW pose? Sweet. Ooh. Ooh. We might have to try this one. Does it work with the open pose control net, or do you need a special DW open pose control net? Like, is it just better detection? So I need the DW open pose control net model. Oh, okay. So it's just a preprocessor. Beautiful. You just use it with regular OpenPose. All right. Let's try that out. I wonder if I should convert my... We're still filming. So crazy. So it's 306 frames. Oh, it's done. Nice. Yeah, like the motion is the right speed, but the dancing is not. I feel like I need to double time the... animation. Oh, let's see upscaler. Okay. Am I running another one? Oh yeah, I guess I am. 3 minutes. That's much faster. Yeah, I mean, you really only have to pre-process it once, so if it takes longer, it takes longer, but then you get way better input, maybe it's worth it. Because again, you can just load that image sequence again after you've saved it, so no worries. I can just save this and drop it. Let me just get that DW preprocessor close by. Yep, and then save. We'll do 2023, 10, 11, 6:55 p.m. And I'll just drop that in the Discord and you can grab it there. Resources. And here's the most up-to-date version. If you want to play along, just rewire this stuff as you need it. If you have questions, just shout. So then if I double the speed of the person dancing, it should fit with the motion model better. Okay, let's try that. We've got what's the not dumb way to do this? Let me think this through. So oh right. I broke all these. All right. I want to kill all the keys. Oh, that's dumb. Well, how do you just delete keyframes in this? And yeah, I think if we use the double speed with the DW. Also, what if I only I think that'll do it. Let's try that. So what did I call it? Videos. Copy as path. No, I don't want the path. Videos. I just want the name. Thank you. Where are ya? Whoa, what the? Oh, God. Windows, your terminal just sucks. There, I said it. What a nightmare. Like, Okay, frames, that's probably fine. I already have a frames directory. Yeah, that's the other dance. Don't need you anymore. Make one called frames. Yeah, okay. Let's go into our videos. Frames. Yay, all right. Oh, our JPEG's gonna work? All right, let's do an open pose, but just from the first 48 frames. That'll save us some trouble. Where are we? I have too many windows open, and none of them are ComfyUI. Where'd you go? There you are. All right. All right. We got our DW, so let's load images from this folder. We're gonna grab the first 48. Yeah, we're gonna preview. I'm gonna just expand this a bit. Move you over here. Move you over here. Pull this in. Because we want to pre-process our image sequence that we just made into a thingamajig, and I don't think we need to preview it for now. We're just gonna also send it out to the thing. I might regret this decision later, but who cares? All right, there, and hand, body, face, 512. I think that's right. Let's see what it makes. Using DW, got to download some models for it. I didn't even know about DW. All right, I guess it's posing. It's green. Yeah, open pose at 1 is the move. Look how attached to it is. That's great. So now we're just doing 48 frames of the double speed animation we just made. And my hope is that the motion of the dancer will be lined up with the motion of the background at this speed. Hard to say. I don't know if it'll work, but see, because like if you see this one in particular, the motion in the background looks like, you know, aside from the clouds wiggling around, the water looks like it's pretty much real time, maybe a little faster than real time. But the dancing feels like it's about half speed. So my hope is that if I have a double speed control net pose sequence, the temporal model of AnimateDiff and the animation of the dancer should more tightly align. Or it'll just look like crap. Who knows? Hard to tell. We'll find out in 2 minutes. As always, put some tunes on, you know? Get down. I just don't play music because I like to let people pick their own music. Yeah. Weirdly, I think that's better. I'll wait for this interpolation to finish, but I think the animation better lines up with the speed of the temporal motion of the things in the background. And that has been driving me nuts, so it's cool. It's cool. It's cool. What am I doing? I am extracting open pose animation data from videos and imposing that on animated diff runs that are using it to make an AI animation using the pose that we extracted from a video. Yeah, that looks a lot better to me. So in that case, let's save this and do the whole shebang. So I like the speed. And we're just going to save this and then kill the run so that we have the thing saved. And then we're going to load that image sequence back in so we can work on it without having to worry about pre-processing the DW anymore. Difficult is relative. It's all about, you know, understanding what it can do and what you want to do and limitations and that sort of thing. If you look in the description below, I have a video of how to install ComfyUI and this stuff and how to do your first run and all that kind of thing. So you can go back to the beginning and mess around with it. But remember, you do need an NVIDIA GPU with at least 8 gigabytes of VRAM, probably more like 12, to do a lot of the stacking control net stuff and like animated diff. But if you want to just get into regular image generation, I would probably recommend like Automatic 1111 or something like that. That's a little less strenuous to learn, just to like start with AI stuff. So it all depends on what you want to do with it. If you want to make still images, you don't need all this stuff. This is more for like this new form of animation called AnimateDiff. This does take longer, but I think it's worth it. I mean, look at these fingies. Way better hand and face articulation. This one might be cool. I know he turns around a lot, but might be all right. Just get a face on the back of the head every now and then. No big deal. I like the motion in it. Let's grab it. Let's do the same thing here. Start a new project. Don't save. Downloads. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, stabilized. Zoom out a little bit. All right. Let's double it up. I should have done all the... Yeah, we'll do that after we speed it up. The keyframes are not relative. Ooh, it's a little too fast. Interesting. What if we try like one a little bit faster, not stupid fast? Okay, let's try that. And one, move in a bit, move up a bit, and then here, let's try that. It was so much better before. All right, we can do this. Yep. And as soon as it stops, we get the back to foot level. I think that's it. Ooh, not bad. Not great. Ugh. 37.5 frames per second. Yeah. I think I'll just do the footage the way I had it at regular speed and just double it up later. So let's zoom in, pull up. It's about here. Start our keyframe here. Go to here. Try to get the foot in the same spot. That should do it. That's pretty good. All right, cool. And render that. Yeah, and then we just speed up the footage. Dancer warehouse. Yeah. Nice. All right. Deliver dancer warehouse 2x. Right. And then make directory frames 2. Oops. Dancer warehouse frames 2. Hey. All right, let's see how our DW pose did. Oh, we forgot to kill it after it was done. How far along are we? 6 minutes? Yeah, screw it. Oh, yeah. That articulation is way better. Good call on the DW open pose. That's crazy. It's only 150 frames. That's not too bad. Let it cook. And what's the other thing? Got to remember to swap out the DW open pose processor before the next run, or else we'll be running all that run of data again. Yeah, it's way better. Good call. I'll be using that from now on. I love that it's just a preprocessor too, so you don't have to get another crazy model for it. Hey, Slowcon, not too bad. We're just doing more open pose silliness. Making cops dance on the beach, the usual. That's more open pose stuff right there. The skateboarder, that was stable warp fusion. This is just a sort of a folder of cool stuff I've made lately. This one here is open pose animate diff of a breakdancer, but as you can see, when they spin around, the face stays on the front, so it's really weird. Actually, I think it sort of can now. It's my understanding that he's working on a ComfyUI node group thing for it, but it is behind the Patreon paywall, so yeah, you have to pay for it to play with it, basically. It's cool, though. I've been a subscriber probably since it came out, really. Super powerful. Super complicated, though. Yeah, it's complicated. It was really neat, though. Yeah, I know a few people who are in that boat because you got to like set up a local Python notebook like server thing, and then run the notebook through collabs, but then connect to your computer locally and stuff. Like, there's a lot of steps, but there is like an install.bat now, so it's like it's easier to get going now. You can just like like install it with the batch file, and then just learn how to fire it up and talk to it. But yeah, I mean, it's not for everybody. All right, what do we got? 31 seconds. Yeah, I know what you mean. Oh, did I change my seed to fixed when I was talking? Okay, no, I'm good. Yeah, I think speeding up the input footage 2 times before you do the open pose is the move. Or I guess speeding up the open pose footage would work too. It's crazy to me how much you can do with this giant sequence of images before it's pushed out into PNG files. Like as a blob, like the stuff you can do with it is so much faster than dealing with, individual files. I guess when it's still in its like VAE decoded state and separating it out takes forever, but like you can do all kinds of crazy stuff with it. Like these combines take like seconds. I guess that's sort of how DXV works for like Resolume, where it's like you're just dumping the frames into like something that the GPU can load as a blob so that it has like direct access to every frame at the same time. I'll explain why they're way bigger too. Ah, good, it's done. So film, yeah, motion looks right. Same speed as the background stuff. I love it. Very cool. It's a little blurry for me. Let's try go back to Rev Animated and try like Zangief from Street Fighter dancing in a dirty alley. Probably. Half my stuff always says depreciated. I try to forget about it. Dancing in a dirty alley. Neon lights, puddles, cinematic lighting. Let's try to make them not nude. All right, we have this, so we don't need to process it. We just load it up from Comfy output, open pose, and it's probably this one. 714, yeah, it's probably this one. Okay, yep, and we'll do the one we just made after. Let's see if we can get a very different yeah, and then the images go into here and here, and we don't need this. Yeah, I think that's good. So we have our thing. We have no cap because there's only 160 frames. But instead, I want a 32 cap just so I can do a quick render and see what we got. Let's see what Zangief looks like. Which animate diff model am I using? Yeah, temporal diff. This folder's still loading. Good lord. All these windows. All right. Oh, that looks good. Where's that thing I downloaded? He's so stylish. Kind of want to run that whole animation. Let's do no frame, no cap, no cap. My youth. Oh no. I wish you could like pin them or lock them in place so you can't grab them and pull them everywhere when you misclick. Oh, right on. Welcome. Nice to meet you. I should log into Instagram every now and then. Oh, this stuff got pulled around. Damn it, Comfy. Where's the rest of them? Well, there's one back here. There's one back here. Jeez. Is that all of them? I think so. Wait. Open pose, depth, depth. You, and you. Oh, and also. Wait, screw this one. That's what we want. All right, cool. Add a group title. Actually, this is better as a whole other system. Yeah. So let's move all these over to the side, and we'll make a preprocessor panel where you can just snap them in when you need them, and then we got to load images and load videos on the left. Yeah. We can make this better. We can embetterify this. Embetrificate. All right, so we got load images, load video. We got all our potential preprocessors all dialed in, right settings-ish. And we need, after that, to preview an image and then also save them. Save image save. Or is, yeah. Whoa, grabbing them. Get this. Okay, and then we're gonna call you pre-process ComfyUI blah 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 99, and then reroute. Cool, and then can I plug two things into a reroute? No, just one. And you go into whichever. And int. Do I need this now? No, this is for later. So this is just for pre-processing. It just saves it. Nice. Yeah. What model do I use? A bunch of them. I like Rev Animated. I like Realistic Vision, Dream Shaper. I haven't played with the SDXL models enough yet to have any opinions on them. Mostly stick with 1.5. What else? Photon, Reliberate, Deliberate. Yeah. Okay, so now we have a ControlNet preprocessor gallery thing. We can plug in whatever preprocessor we want, push it out into an image sequence. When that's done, then we can take that, either one, drop it in our ControlNet control sequence so we don't have to do the preprocessing in here and rebuild it. That can be fed out to the actual places where it needs to go. That way, if this is disconnected, it'll just ignore it. Load our checkpoint, load our stuff, load our other stuff, push it all through ControlNet. In this case, we're using OpenPose. Run it, save it, upscale it, throw it down, flip it, and reverse it. I'm going to put the upscaler right here. I'm looking forward to this whole dance sequence. I'm trying to get the whole body in the shot still. That's too short, I think. Spinning. I think I used this one. I can't remember now. Might be a cool one to speed up though. Dancer, 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 dancer. I wonder if OpenPose does two people. Guess I could just speed up if it's slow motion. Just start to stop immediately, ignoring the slow motion ones. Oh, that'd be cool. Let's try that. I think that'll be interesting. All right, let's load that up. New project. I'm curious what the OpenPose looks like for that now. Was it good? Downloads. Just drop the file. Let go. Okay, let's 720, 1280, and I think we can zoom in, and then towards the end we can zoom out. All right, let's try that. Live dancer, living room. All right, and then open videos, dancer living room, speed 200. Yeah, it's hard to tell. That looks it might not be quite fast enough, but it's faster. So let's try it. 2x. Where am I looking? Is this done? Nice. Zangief is serving. How many damn frames is it? Good lord. Oh, 159. Okay, that's not too bad. Oh yeah, my Purz face Laura and animated diff is like so funny. He seems just a little too slow in the interpolation, but it's not bad. I like it. All right. Now we can try our preprocessor. Okay, so we're preprocessing it, we're grabbing it, we're saving it. But if I do nothing, it'll just punch right through, send it out, render the entire thing. But if I stop it, then I'll be able to disconnect this, load up the one I just made, and skip this step. Nice. So we're going to open pose process this animation and then save it and then play with it. But I'm going to stop it after it's done the DW pre-processing, open pose pre-processing, and then we'll change the prompt and stuff. As much as I love watching Zangief rip in a dirty alley. How do you have the ability to stop a running process? You just hit cancel. You just so you see this view queue button that's like minuscule. You click that and then you can see your queue and then you can just kill the process at any point. So like once it's done this, I'm going to cancel it and it will stop this process. Actually, yeah, it's too late now. It's plugged in. But yeah. Or just kill Comfy and restart it. That works too. Yeah, there's a few hidden options in Comfy. I'm going to grab a drink. I'll be right back. All right. Still posing. Holy preprocessors, Batman. Tomorrow, I'm going to do a video on looking glass and holograms and stuff like that. So that's going to be pretty fun. Probably around the same time, 5 o'clock. Just waiting for a piece to arrive so I can set up a tripod to film my looking glass with my camera phone. Otherwise, I can't point a camera at it to do the video section of it. But yeah, I'll figure all that out tomorrow and we'll do some cool stuff with depth maps. Fun with depth maps. How many frames are in this? Oh, 300 frames. Damn. This may take a while. Longer than I thought. But that's okay, because we're going to save them all, and we're going to have them, and that'll be a thing. Oh, I wonder if now would be a good time to go into my Comfy directory. Can I make a directory yet, or will it still fail? Oh, I can. So we'll call this 2023 October. Now refresh it. Open it again. 2023 October. All right. And then we go into Comfy AI, ComfyUI output. And I want to literally grab everything except 2023 October. Yep. All this. Everything. It won't let me select everything. Okay. And then. Oh, is this done? Oh, of course it's done. What awful timing to hit that paste button. Don't you love computers? Okay. 1 to 256. How's it look? Ah, hell yeah. The articulation is insane on the fingers and the face. Come on. It falls apart at the very end. That's cool. All right, let's oh, nice. I broke it. That's actually kind of perfect. Yeah. So we don't need to get this. This was an extra step I didn't need. So I'm going to load images from Comfy output from here. And we're just going to load like 48 of them. Image into here, image into int into here. Yeah. And then unplug this and unplug these guys. Right. And what's down here? Oh, the set. Yeah. Right, let's just leave this stuff alone. Save that for later. All right, we're going to load 48 frames of the new thing we just made. And let's try Chun-Li from Street Fighter dancing in a busy I'm trying to describe her level. Chinese marketplace, Chinese village marketplace. I'm wondering if it'll remake her level or if it'll just do something weird. We're all good here. I bet this will work now. Yep, loading them. Yep, we got them. So it's going to load this animation. LOL. This should be much faster. 3 minutes. I may have to preview this one offline before I drag it over in case the NSFW and Nude don't do enough. Load. Oh, it's been 3 hours. I should probably mention that I have a Patreon. You can support me if you like these streams and you want them to keep going. Right now, subscribers get access to a special area of the Discord where they can hit me with questions or whatever they need. If they got workflow problems, whatever, we can try and work it out. I'm around a lot. And I'll be trying to figure out some more cool stuff to give to subscribers in the upcoming months. Figure out maybe more packs, more, I don't know, whatever you need, I'll make it. You tell me what you want. But yeah, patreon.com/Purz. All the links are on my website and the links in the bio. That's cool. That's Chun-Li for sure. The open pose is doing pretty good. Yeah, I basically I post all the live streams that I do on the Patreon, so there's like a nice archive of them there, and any other in-depth stuff that I end up doing, I'll make posts about, and I'll drop some. As always, the resources will be available on the Discord for non-subscribers as well. I never want to put knowledge behind the paywall, but if you feel like you want to support me, I really appreciate it. About it. That's enough ads for now. So that worked. Oh yeah. Yeah, it's a little slow. Motion's a little slow, but not bad. Blanca from Street Fighter dancing in a Amazon rainforest. In an Amazonian? In the Amazon rainforest. All right, Blanca, let's see it. Man, it's so crazy what we can do now. Oh, thanks. Much appreciated. I need to make a little ding bell thing for when I get a Patreon. I got a lot to learn about OBS and streaming. So when we find a cool run we like, then we can let it run the entire length of the animation and get a whole, instead of just 48 frames from the beginning. That DW open pose is wild. I hope Blanca looks hilarious twerking. Maybe we should make Mr. Bean twerk. Of course, it made Blanca a woman. Stable Diffusion's so horny. These checkpoints are anyway. Let's try Photon, and let's try Mr. Bean dancing in a French village. That's probably fine. Mr. Bean. And let's do like, let's do all of them. No, let's do a short one and see what Mr. Bean looks like dancing, obviously, and then run a long one if it looks good. I'm just follow my own advice, I guess. Well, you can make open pose. You can make open pose animations in Blender using 3D rigs and stuff. So if you have characters in Blender, you can just do that, sure. Oh yeah, there's Mr. Bean in a French village. I mean, I think we might have to do this whole animation, am I right? Yeah, I think we do have to. I think we do have to do this whole animation. Oh wait, it was like 300 frames, right? Oh, this is gonna be amazing. Wonder how long it's gonna take once that first step is completed. What resolution is your input sequence of images, Matisse? If it's like 1080p, it might be too big. You could try making the images smaller first. 22 minutes to render this. That means we have time for Vampire Survivors. I can play the game incorrectly and piss Matisse off. All right. Get this up here. Get this up here so we can see it. Make it a little bigger. There we go. All right. What do we have left to do? Where are the Kappa? Where do you get Kappa? Where do you kill Kappa? Where to kill Kappa? Vampire Survivors. Near water on the new map. They spawn near water on the new map. I guess by the new map they mean the forest one. By the water. Okay. Let's do... We just need to kill stuff. Doesn't have to be crazy. I like Miang. Lake Foscari, I'm going to assume, is where they are. Or is it Mount Moonspell? Let's look for them here. And I think we'll do... Yeah, the healing one. Let's do the guns. Guns and birds. Oh, garlic. I really want to get that other gun, the red gun, and the tiramisu. And what else do I need? For the garlic, I need... what's garlic's thingy again? It's been a while. The red heart. What do we got? I will line up the wand. I can't wait to see Mr. Bean dance. I might as well just go to the water. Start killing friggin' turtles. I gotta go around the long way. I guess I can go through here. Alright, where's the turtles at? I'm by the water. I bet it's the other map. Well, we can just hang out here by the water and see. I don't think they're on this level. Need the red heart, the red gun. The red heart levels up the one too, so need that. I don't see any turtles. I also need to kill the worm things, so maybe they'll come out. Where do the worms live? Maybe I go kill the worms. Nice. There's one. 5,999 to go. Halfway done our render. I really just want that other gun. I don't think I'm gonna get a red gun. That makes me sad. Nice. Whoops. I didn't even see which one I got there. Mm-hmm. 8 minutes left till we get to see Mr. Bean dancing super cool. Not seeing any worms or turtles. Mm-hmm. 'Could have sworn there was a big pile of worms somewhere. Four minutes. Hey. All right. What do we got? 1 minute and 22 seconds left on the render. Let's do this one. Oh, it's going. We're twerking Mr. Bean. Hello. All right, Mr. Bean. Show us your moves. Oh, here comes the long animation. So this should be a 300 frame animation of Mr. Bean dancing. It's just rendering it out right now. Come on, Monsieur Bean. His shorts got a lot shorter. Yes, give her, bruh. Pretty sweet. Saving the frames, and then we'll interpolate it and see how it looks. But I like it. Love the short shorts. Four hours on the stream. Good lord. Well, I've pretty much covered everything I want to cover. We've done open pose. We've done DW open pose, which is much better. We've done QR code animations. Yeah, AnimateDiff-Evolved, ComfyUI, all the business. I feel like all the business has been achieved. So after this animation is done, I believe I'm going to pop off, and then I'll be back tomorrow I'll be back tomorrow anyway, but if my tripod pieces come, then I'll be able to do the looking glass video, and if not, we'll have to put it off for another day. It's all up to Amazon at this point. But here we have Mr. Bean dancing in a French village, roughly at the speed at which he should be dancing. Maybe a little too slow. What a great way to end the stream. Thanks to everybody who came out. We had a really good time. If you like these videos and you want to support me, hit up my Patreon, patreon.com/Purz, and join the Discord and join the community. And yeah, if you have suggestions or stuff you want me to drill down on, let me know on the Discord. Let me know on the Patreon. Let's chat.